Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about the most important question on Karl Marx. Karl Marx is one of the most important topics for many competitive exams. So this video is very helpful for you. Be with this video till the end. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my new videos. Let us start the topic. Let us start from the first question. When and where was Karl Marx born? Options are given to you. What is the correct option? You have to select the correct option. First you do on your own. In this way you can see the preparation status and you can do the proper revision for your exam. The correct option is option C, 5th May 1818 in Trier, Germany. Which notable work is widely considered the precursor to Marx's influential treatise Das Kapital? Options are given to you. What is the correct option? The correct option is option A, the wages, labor and capital. When was Karl Marx's notable work The Wages, Labor and Capital was written? Options are given to you. The correct option for this question is option C, 1847. Karl Marx's work, The Wages, Labor and Capital was first published as an article in the New Rehanse Zeitung. Now, match the following related to Karl Marx's work, The Wages, Labor and Capital. An article. The Wages, Labor and Capital was first published as an article in the New Rehanse Zeitung in April 1849, commonly paired with Marx's 1865 speech, Value, Price and Profit. A Russian translation. The Wages, Labor and Capital was translated in Russian language and it was first published as a book in 1883. A pamphlet version was first published as an English translation in 1885. So the correct option for this question is option A. By whom Marx was privately educated until 1830 when he entered Trier High School. The correct option is option D, his father. Now rearrange these incidents of Karl Marx's life in a chronological order. For solving this type of question, you must know about the incidents precisely. First, Marx traveled to the University of Bonn in October 1835 at the age of 17. Wishing to study philosophy and literature, Marx traveled to the University of Bonn, but his father insisted on law as a more practical field. Then Marx was excused from military duty. Due to a condition referred to as a weak chest, Marx was excused from military duty when he turned 18. Then Marx moved to Paris. He moved to Paris in 1843 where he began writing for other radical newspapers and met Friedrich Engels, who would become his lifelong friend and collaborator. Then Marx moved to London. In 1849, he was exiled and moved to London together with his wife and children. So the correct sequence for this question is C, B, A, D. And the correct option for this question is option A. Rearrange these Marx stages of social evolution in order. First is primitive community. Then second is slavery. Then third is feudalism society. Then fourth one is communism. So what is the correct sequence of this question? The correct sequence of this question is C, B, A, D. And the correct option of this question is option C. Now let us discuss about Marx's stages of social evolution. Marx's stages of social evolution had five different stages: the classless primitive community, slavery or the slave-based society of classical times, feudalism or the feudal society based on serfdom, capitalism or the modern bourgeois society based on capitalism, and lastly the communism or the advanced classless society of the future, communist society. At which university Marx joined the Poets Club, a group containing political radicals that were monitored by the police? The correct option for this question is option A, University at Bonn. While at University at Bonn, Marx joined the Poets Club, a group containing political radicals that were monitored by the police. Marx also joined the Triad Tavern Club drinking society, where many ideas were discussed, and at one time he served as the club's co-president. Additionally, Marx was involved in certain disputes, some of which became serious. In August 1836, he took part in a duel with a member of the university's Borussian Corps. At which university Marx studied history, law and PhD degree in philosophy? In University at Bonn, he studied history. University at Berlin, he studied law. University at Jena, he studied PhD. Means all the above. The correct option for this question is option D, all the above. Now match the following: literary works and forms or genre. Scorpion and Felix. This is the short novel. Olanem. Olanem is drama. The collected works of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Volume 1. Love Poems. The Communist Manifesto is pamphlet. So the correct option for this question is option A. Marx borrowed from Hegel dialectical method. Dialectical method of Hegel was borrowed by Marx. Now the question is, what was the subject of the doctoral thesis of Karl Marx, which was completed in 1841? This type of question is oftenly asked for examining the depth knowledge of the candidate about the topic. The correct option for this question is option C, the difference between the Democritian and Epicurean philosophy of nature. According to Marxian theory, revolutions come in the society because continuous class struggle is going on. Option C. With whom Karl Marx began cooperating on editing Hegel's philosophy of religion in 1840. The correct option for this question is option B, Bruno Bayer. Bruno Bayer was a German philosopher and theologian. When and where did Karl Marx become a journalist and started writing for the radical newspaper Rehanse Zeitung? The correct option for this question is option A, in 1842 at Cologne. Now the question is, rearrange these incidents of Karl Marx's life in a chronological order. Let us see the incident one by one. Karl Marx migrated to England. This incident took place in 1849. In 1849, he migrated to England and stayed there till his death in 1883. So this incident will come in last. Karl Marx embraced Christianity. During his childhood, Karl Marx embraced Christianity. So this incident will come in first. Karl Marx was expelled from France. This incident took place in 1845. While he was in France, he continued organizing the German workers working in that country. Consequently, the French government, under the pressure of Prussian government, expelled him from France. Karl Marx was expelled from Prussia. This incident took place in 1843. He criticized the monarchical rule through his article and supported the socialist views. So due to his socialistic conviction and his radical anti-state views, he was expelled from Prussia. So the correct sequence for this question is B, D, C, A. Let us see Karl Marx exile in different countries. Prussia up to 1843 from his childhood. Then Paris 1843 to 1845. Brussels 1845 to 1848. Cologne 1848 to 1849. And England 1849 to 1883. According to Karl Marx, societies have all along been divided between the rich and the poor. The correct option for this question is option A. Now match the following. You have to match the literary works of Karl Marx with Karl Marx ideas. Economic and Philosophic Manuscript. It is related to theory of alienation. The Communist Manifesto. In this work, Karl Marx gave the idea of theory of the class war. The Critique of the Godha program. It is related to two stages of communist society. The German ideology. In this work, Karl Marx gave the idea of historical materialism. So the correct option for this question is option B. Let us discuss some important facts about these literary works of Karl Marx. The Economic and Philosophic Manuscripts. It is also referred to as Paris Manuscript or Manuscript of 1844. Written between April and August 1844 by Karl Marx. Published posthumously in 1932. The Communist Manifesto. It is originally known as Manifestos of the Communist Party. It is an 1848 pamphlet by German philosophers Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. The Critique of the Godha program is a document based on a letter by Karl Marx written in early May 1875 to the Social Democratic Workers' Party of Germany, with whom Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were in association. The German ideology is originally a set of manuscripts written by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels around April or early May 1846. Published for the first time in 1932 through the Marx Engels Institute in Moscow by David Razumov. The two poems of Karl Marx, Der Spielmann and Nachtliebe, were published in which periodical? The correct option for this question is option C, Athenaeum. The Athenaeum was a literary magazine established in 1798 by August Wilhelm and Karl Wilhelm Friedrich Schlegel. Karl Marx believed that social change can be brought about by with the help of both evolutionary and revolutionary method. Option D. According to Marx, value of the commodity would be fixed in accordance with the socially useful labor put in it. Option D. Who helped Karl Marx in translating his articles from German to English until his proficiency in English had become adequate? The correct option for this question is option D. C. W. F. Hegel. Marx contributed which two essays to the paper Deutsche Französische? Let us see one by one. Introduction to a contribution to the critique of Hegel's philosophy of right. This is correct. On the Jewish question, it is also correct. Athenaeum, this is not correct. So the correct option for this question is option A. A and B. After collapsing the paper Deutsche Französische, Marx began writing for the which only uncensored German language radical newspaper. The correct option for this question is option C. Forwards. According to Karl Marx, the present state will wither away. Option B is the correct option. According to Karl Marx, workers had no motherland. Option A is the correct option. Dialectical materialism of Marx believes that political life and social phenomena can't go hand in hand. Option D is the correct option. According to Marxian philosophy, dialect is result of action and reaction. Option A is the correct option. Rearrange these Karl Marx works in a chronological order. Let us see one by one. The Holy Family. This work was written in February 1845. The Poverty of Philosophy. This work was written in June 1847. Das Kapital was written on 14th September 1867. The Civil War in France was written on 13th June 1871. So the correct sequence for this question is A, B, C, D. And the correct option for this question is option A. Now the question is, which of the following statement is not correct about Marx's famous work, Das Kapital? Let us see the statement one by one. Das Kapital is also known as a critique of political economy. This is correct. It was published in 3 volumes. It is also correct. All 3 volumes were completed from his notes and published after his death by his colleague Friedrich Engels. This is not correct because only 2 volumes were published by Friedrich Engels. Das Kapital is most cited book published before 1950 in the social sciences. This is also correct. So A, B and D are correct options. So the correct option for this question is option C. Let us know some important facts about this famous work. The first of 3 volumes of Das Kapital was published on 14th September 1867, dedicated to William Wolff, and was the sole volume published in Marx's lifetime. Then, Volume 2, subtitled The Process of Circulation of Capital, was prepared by Engels from notes left by Marx and published in 1885. It is divided into 3 parts. The metamorphosis of capital and their circuits, the turnover of capital, the reproduction and circulation of the aggregate social capital. Then volume 3, subtitled as The Process of Capitalist Production as a Whole, was prepared by Engels from notes left by Marx and published in 1894. It is divided into 7 parts. The conversion of surplus value into profit and the rate of surplus value into the rate of profit. Conversion of profit into average profit. The law of the tendency of the rate of profit to fall. Conversion of commodity capital and money capital into commercial capital and money dealing capital. Division of profit into interest and profit of enterprise. Interest bearing capital. Transformation of surplus profit into ground. Revenues and their sources. Please like, share and subscribe.